little extra money, but I feel like I'll get past it. Yeah, last weekend. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's good seeing you, man. Absolutely.
The champ back on JayTV. It's been a long time, man. Way too long. Jay's been asking about you. When are we getting Jeremy on the show? I said, well, he's in Vegas right now. He says, get him on, get him on.
I got texted him last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I talked to him last night.
Okay, you told him more friendly today?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oracio, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Still as massive as always?
A little bit, yeah. I took some time off.
You did?
Yeah, this guy got me back into it.
Yeah, you both look good.
Got a lot of big things coming out in Vegas. We're here for a wedding.
Yeah, my sister-in-law got married yesterday.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, but yeah, it's nice.
To a good guy, I hope.
It's a different Vegas trip.
Yeah, Elvis' wedding, actually. They got married by Elvis. I never...
Oh, yeah?
I'm there. See you, Chiron. Have a good day, man.
Yeah, that's Vegas, all right.
Yeah, dude, that's funny. I've seen the Elvis weddings on movies and stuff, and then I thought they were joking when they said it. I texted him, I walk in there, and Elvis. I'm like, dude, I'm really getting married by Elvis.
That's awesome. What are we training, guys, today?
We did some arms today. Yeah.
Arms, all right.
Big back day yesterday with Regan.
Yes, you did.
So I
saw that.
A little burnout right now. So it's the last thing I haven't trained this week, and I always love arm day.
All right, well, we're glad to have you at the Lair. First time in Vegas, first time in this gym, I should say.
My first time in Vegas since 2019 Olympia.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we have a lot to talk about, so we're going to train, and then we're going to catch up with these two right after.
Let's do it.
All right. The return of the champ and Oracio. It's good to have you guys in Vegas. How was Sin City?
I mean, it was a much different trip this time around.
Yeah?
It's much different than the past. I'm a father and a husband now, and we came out here for a wedding and came out here to train. And yeah, man, it's much different.
You're all grown up.
It's been like, what, 5, 6, 7 years since we've shot.
Dude, I mean, last time I saw you was actually at Fit Nation, but before that, when we worked together, I think it was for Muscle Insider in 2014, 15, or 16.
Yeah, 14 or 15.
You were just getting started in your reign at the Olympias.
23 years old.
Jeez.
Almost 10 years ago, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you still look the same, but bigger.
Yeah. Asian, man. Asian love. We don't age. I'm like 12 until I'm 60.
And now you're a dad.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Man.
How is fatherhood?
It's a blessing, man. Having my little girl has been life-changing. You know, it's gives you a little different perception on life, different perspective, and
makes you grow up, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Quick.
It does. And it's like I said, it's been a big change. I needed a good reset. I needed something different in my life, and you know, getting married and having a child, and you know, regaining my relationship with God has been one of the biggest factors in my life that have changed me the past few years, and I'm just ready to get back after it. You know, we're going to be coming after that 5th title next year, and I'm excited to get back in the mix. I'm
getting a lot of scoops here. All right, Oracio, good to see you, man. I'm so glad that you guys were both to Vegas. I didn't even realize you were here. I actually came yesterday to the gym, and then someone told me, oh my God, there's some big-time Olympia guy here. Are you shooting? And I'm like, who is it? And then I went to the gym, and then you called me, and you were training with Regan. It was so good to see you guys. Luckily, I was able to catch you guys on Saturday before you head back home. Do you have a lot of projects? You're cooking. You give me some scoops today a little bit?
Yeah, so we haven't really, actually we've never announced it. A few close people, you know, friends and family know. You know, I born and raised in Orange County. Jeremy moved down there while he was getting ready for the Olympics and stuff. You know, made himself a home, loved it, and a couple years later, now that we're getting older, you know, we're kind of just figuring it out. You know, what's the next big step, and we decided that we're going to do one thing that, you know, what bodybuilder and what top athlete doesn't want, and for me, that's a gym.
Boom.
And you know, I grew up in Orange County. You know, I grew up training at Coliseum. You know, that was a powerhouse. You know, powerhouse in Fountain Valley. I know you're familiar with that place. Metrics. So I grew up around these guys, and I grew up around that atmosphere. And you know, obviously, it's really hard to upkeep a gym if there's no marketing. You know, you got to get the clientele in there. And unfortunately, a lot of those gyms died. There has been a few gyms that have kind of brought it back. But nothing as I feel like the Dragon's Lair or the old Metric Coliseum. You know, Gold's Venice. You know, that was pretty much the last three remaining of the meccas of the gyms. Unfortunately, quarantine hit. A lot of people were affected by it. That gym was very affected by it. But as you know, a lot of those guys moved out here to Vegas. You know, Flex moved out from Florida to here to play a place like this, and you know, now it gives us an opportunity to actually bring that back to Orange County. You know, what Olympian down there has opened a facility for themselves and for the public. including myself, have been doing this for a long time. 20 years in training. I'm 32 years old, turning 33. You know, he's turning 32 soon. So we're just looking for the next big step. So, you know, we're gonna make a dream come true. So it's super exciting to bring that back to the hometown, especially where I was born and raised, and give that back to the community.
So I love that idea, because you're right. Back in the day, there was Metrics on 17th Street. There was Powerhouse Fountain Valley. There was Meals' Gym in Fullerton. There was a lot of meccas in Orange County. And for a few years now, it's gone. And especially since the quarantine, I think that especially during that time, it's all gone. You know, so I don't know if you've been training at times at San Diego, at the gym in San Diego. That's a good one over there, but it's, you know, 2 hours away. Right. It's, you know, so I think there needs something for Orange County, and I like the fact that you partnered up with Jeremy, and I think between the two of you guys, you know, you have lived that vibe. You know what it's like. You know what it takes to bring it back, and I think it's definitely needed in Orange County. I love that idea. Right?
Looking forward to it. It's a blessing, man. We've been something we've always wanted to do, and you know, right now is a perfect opportunity. You know, I've been moving back down from Sacramento back to Orange County. We work well together. When we're around each other, we fuel up each other.
How long have you known each other? You guys have been friends forever, it seems like.
Over 10 years now.
So like me and Jay's friendship, kind of friendship.
We
like
met
for
through
you.
Chris Cormier.
Okay, I remember when you were, dude, when you were,
We met at Venice Golds like 10, 11, 12 years ago. And I was doing, I think I did a photo shoot with Chris for Flex magazine way back when, you know, so like 19 years old. And he was training Oracio at the time. And that's how we met originally, and we became closer friends. 2016, 17, we started, you know, working out together and became best friends after that, you know.
Yeah.
Now my ride or die right here, man. He's got my back, always looks out for my best interests, and that's what you need. You need somebody that's going to be there for you and look out for those things and help make you better. And along, you know, all the things I've had along my career, the highs and lows, he's just been my road dog for me.
I love that. Great friendship. It's always great.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about what happened since the quarantine. So, Jeremy, we kind of lost touch a little bit. We kind of just all got scattered around. Where were you guys during the quarantine? Were you able to train during the quarantine, or tell me a little bit what happened since?
I took some time off. Like I was living in Huntington Beach.
Right.
He actually came to my house like a couple months into quarantine, dragged me to the gym because I wasn't training. I was just drinking and not really doing much in my life. And he came and dragged me to the gym, got me lifting again, and we were training at Fit Nation for a little while.
Right, I saw you there.
And then I ended up getting injured. I dislocated my elbow, and then I ended up moving back to Sacramento. My wife and I got married and had our daughter.
Okay.
And that was the reset I needed. So I went back up there, reestablished my relationship with my family, got everything back squared away, grounded myself a little bit. And now we're back in a position now to really take advantage of what's in front of us. And yeah, you know, we're excited. So I'm going to try to get down to OC in the next few months, move my family back down there, and get this ball rolling. You
seem very settled. You seem very at peace. You seem very grounded right now. Am I right in saying that?
That's what people have been telling me. I feel like it, man. Like, I've had a lot of time to, like, you know, sit back and think about things, and, you know, I've learned from my mistakes. I know I'm aware of them. I know where my flaws were, and you know, when you can really humble yourself enough to sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and pick yourself apart and work on those things like I have been able to, you know, it's brought me a lot of peace because I'm more sure of myself now. Like before I was, you know, trying to fit into whatever, or trying to figure out who I was, or trying to fit into a certain mold, and I'm not looking to do that anymore. You know, I have a family, I'm head of my household, and I just know exactly what I'm trying to do in my life right now, and we don't need to fake anything anymore.
Is it hard when you're that young? Because how old were you when you won your first Olympia? 23? 23. It's very young to be on top of the world.
Yeah.
Do you think it's sometimes having that much clout and power and success at an early age, it's not always good?
Yeah,
maybe.
I did a podcast recently just talking about my early success and how it's, you know, skewed my perception on things and my values in life, and how I put a lot of emphasis on materialistic things, and I didn't really appreciate and cherish things that really mattered. And when you lose those things like friends, family, and God in your life, you know, you fall into a deep dark hole, and happiness is such, you become a very vulnerable target to the devil, and you know, he's able to really expose you when you're in that vulnerable position. And you know, when you start valuing these materialistic things, you know, you just kind of lose sight of yourself, and it's not a good way to live.
That's great, man.
I was telling him the other day, the most important things in life are free. You know,
right.
You're able to establish, you're able to value those things and put emphasis on those, and not chase the check all the time. You know, it makes life a lot easier and a lot happier and more peaceful.
So, am I hearing that we're going back to the stage? You said that, right? so let's talk about that, because people are going to say, "What did he say? He's going back for number 5?" So next year.
23.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I've been dealing with injuries, the past several years. I'm finally getting myself healthy. I got all the way down to 163 pounds during COVID.
Really?
I'm back up to 205 right now. The biggest and best shape I feel like I've been in.
You look great, dude. Doesn't he look good?
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks great. He's in shape.
I've been seeing him pretty much like every other third week or the end of the month for the past 3 months. And when he came down, we keep in touch. He texts me. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna switch this up, change my foods." I'm like, "Okay, don't change. If it's not broken, don't change it." Especially like as you get older, your body changes. It changes in all aspects. Now it's as you get older, you have more of that like mature muscle, more of that density muscle, and you got to train smart. You got to train smart, and that's one thing that I've noticed in him where he's just like, I'm not just throwing weight around. It's all about the control. I mean, that's how I was taught how to train by Chris. I trained with Chris for years, and he was training with Chris. He was out in Germany for FIBO, and they were training, and Chris always kept an eye on us to make sure that we're always on top of that, because coming into the gym and one thing, being surrounded by a lot of big guys, it's motivating. You want to train hard, you want to train heavy, you want to put yourself out there. But also, too, when it comes to showtime, you got to be very smart, because at the end of the day, you're going to present a physique that hopefully dominates the stage. And training heavy is good, but at the same time, too, you got to train very smart.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that he's done. I mean, that's why like there's a different type of muscle that you build when you train. And Chris always said you're training a result of your body. And so when you look a certain way, that's based on the kind of training that you're doing. And so watching him train now and controlling everything that he does, making sure his form's on point. There's some videos of what do you think? I was like, dude, your form's perfect. He's not going for 10, 15, 20 reps anymore. It's about perfection and executing the rep.
You guys love training together. You're separated right now, so you've been separated for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
It must be hard for two close friends to not be able to be with each other. So I'm sure you guys are having a ball right now.
Yeah. We do our best to I travel down and back and forth to see each other. Yeah.
Okay, good.
We do, but it's hard. Up in Sacramento where I'm living, there's not very much fitness. Isn't the way it is in Vegas or SoCal, where it's a lifestyle, and there's a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of the younger generation is more of an entrepreneurial generation, whereas up north everyone's a 9 to 5, and the fitness industry is more of a hobby than a lifestyle up there. So it's not as serious. I don't have competition in the gym. I like going in the gym and seeing guys better than me, because I have to strive for something.
Of course.
I want to work hard, and when I go into the family fitness or the crunch, I'm the guy in there. And, there's not really something to strive or push towards, and that's why I want to get back to an environment like here at Dragon's Lair, or making our own environment down in Orange County, because it brings out the best in us. Yeah. And I feel off of it. Just being around these pros here, training with Regan yesterday, seeing Flex and having the conversation I've had with him, it's just a different level of motivation. I walked out of here like elevated.
Pumped. Yeah.
Elevated, man. I came out of here hungry, and I haven't had that hunger or that desire like I felt yesterday in a long time.
I could tell you guys were both in a happy mood yesterday. I'm so glad Flex was here to actually see you guys. You would have been bummed out if he missed you, I'm sure. Yeah. Your first time at his gym. So is that the goal for you guys to bring what Flex brought in Vegas, but in Orange County?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too, right?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. A lot of people, especially younger generation, still look up to him.
Of course.
And I remind him all the time.
He's only 31.
Exactly.
He's in my head, he's older because he's been competing forever.
Yeah.
But
not very many people, other than Lee Haney when he won the Olympias in his early 20s.
That's right.
Other than that, everybody else won it when they're in their late 30s.
Yep.
So it's like what he did, and especially now being only 31, like the accomplishments are so big. And I remind him sometimes. I go, look, sometimes everybody needs a reminder, and that's what I'm there for, to remind him, like, hey, at the end of the day, not every day is going to be the best.
Yeah.
This is a job, and sometimes when it becomes like a job and it feels like a job, you start losing sight of what your goal is, and
just go through the motions a little bit.
Yeah. So it's not very many people have someone in the corner.
Yeah.
Like a training partner, like a brother, like a business partner who's like, hey man, like let's just go train. We're not going to push heavy weight. Let's just go have a good time.
Yeah.
We'll get some food after. We'll cool off. We'll go, talk about something. Talk about what we're going to do later. So that's the biggest role that I play in this, making sure that he knows that regardless of what happens, I'm always going to push him, whether it's in here, whether it's in business, whether it's anywhere outside here, I'm always going to have his back. And that's what makes it fun, because watching him perform and seeing him week after week after week after week, he just gets bigger and better. And that's crazy.
That's awesome.
And that's fun for me to watch.
Yeah, that's awesome. So much progress. I mean, I remember, God, you were so you're so much better now. I don't even know. Well, you know, there's no weight class in what you do, so it's not like a classic. Because the classic, men's classic, you would have to be like 181. You're saying?
181, I think.
I don't think you can do that.
I don't think so. I don't know. The only thing I keep telling myself is I've seen Breon at 230 make it to 181. I keep telling myself he's able to do it.
Really?
So,
yeah, but you're not. You're lean, dude. At 230 is a little fluffy.
I'm only 205, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Is
he 230? Really? Wow. Okay.
How heavy is he?
He's got to be soft though at 230. He can't possibly be.
I mean, he never looks bad.
No.
Yeah, he's always got abs year round.
Really?
It boggles my mind just to see how much he drops. Like it doesn't make sense.
Wow.
Because I remember backstage. I think it was 2016, 2017. We were getting tanned up before Olympia. I think it was before his first Olympia win. And he was posing backstage when we were getting tanned. And I asked him, how much do you weigh? He was 181. I was 183. And he hit his weird old bicep. And he was just in his posing trunks. And I just remember seeing the depth, and the thickness, and the detail. Wow. I'm just like, that is...
Wow.
How am I heavier than you?
Yeah, it's not about the way we know that. Yeah.
Now, he's got to be in the mid-40s, early 40s.
Easy, yeah. We're all getting older.
Moving up in classes.
How old is he?
I think so. I think he was said, yeah.
Yeah, because the weight was too much.
I'm gonna have to get him on the show to get this skinny. I'm gonna have to.
He's dialing in for a show right now. He's getting in shape right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw
Wow.
I'm gonna have to ask Premier about that one.
Yeah. There you go. You have to connect. Well, guys, I'm so excited about all your project. Jeremy, we're glad to have you back on the channel. It's been way too long. I'm glad you guys were both in Vegas. Best of luck with your gym. Do we know what we're going to call it?
Yeah.
Can you say?
Yeah, Club 888.
Why?
888 is an angel number. It's the opposite of 666. We're creating new beginnings.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nice. And we haven't picked...
Eight's a very significant number in the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you guys want to ever do some homework on that, it's a pretty cool story.
I love it. And then we haven't picked a city yet, but you're looking around Huntington Beach or somewhere in Orange County, right?
Somewhere. Once we find a location, we'll lock it in. We're in the hunt. Hopefully, we'll pinpoint a spot in the next month or so and get the ball rolling. Okay. So to have more information on the upcoming gym, go on your Instagram or your Instagram. Yeah. I'll put them in there. We'll keep you guys posted. Right now, like I said, we're still working. It's still preliminary.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. We're at the beginning stages of it. So. Once we find the location, it should be up and going in the next few months after that. All right, so you need to promise me to invite JayTV to the grand opening so we can cover it and put it on the channel so everyone knows. Yeah, of course. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming to Las Vegas. You both look great, and I'm so glad that you're both doing well, and best of luck with the upcoming project.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, man.
All right.